Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. So today I'm doing a slightly different question, one I haven't done before, which is a reading on your diet. So I'm taking this as your sort of, you're trying to be fit and healthy or look slimmer, or just anything that where you actually on a diet or thinking of one, or not even going as far as following a book or anything, but just that you want to look good for the summer. It's the end of May as I'm recording this, so everybody's starting to think about the bikini body, going away on holiday or vacation or whatever. But if you're watching this outside of that sort of summer season, don't worry, it's a timeless reading. If you're just thinking, I want help with my actual diet, with being fit and healthy, about moderating, your food intake and all the rest of it, that's fine. This reading still counts. And we all need encouragement when it comes to eating healthy, because it's much more fun eating unhealthily, isn't it? I fall victim to that as well. So yeah, this is all to support you in that endeavour. So because I'm only doing a couple of cards, they're short little readings, I've given more offerings than I normally do. And we have Child, Bear, Key, Moon, Lily, Man, Book and Bird. I'm sorry for the juddering, but I'm having to hold my tripod to get them all on the screen, so it's a bit juddery for you. But I shall hold still. Now all the timestamps are in the description box in the comments section, so check on there. But otherwise I want you to now close your eyes, focus your mind on the question, on your issue of your diet, and when you feel ready, when you're open, relaxed and in the right space to ask the question, ask it. What advice is there here for me in regards to my diet? And when you feel ready, make your choice. Remember, don't doubt yourself. Don't overthink it. Just trust your instincts. Now, if you need a little bit more time to do that, then please press pause, because I am now moving on to the readings. I've put the tripod down. Don't worry about the fact that the sun is completely reflecting, the ruining my shot. I'm just going to hold the cards up to you. It's because I'm at a different angle to record it. But anyway, so those of you that chose option 1, which is the Child, this is your reading. So first of all, what do you need to be careful of in regards to your diet? Like, what's going to be your weakness? I say a lot in my videos that biscuits are mine. But what's yours? Ooh, I think what's going to be, I would imagine you're an emotional eater, that when you're upset about things that you will eat. So when you're depressed or you feel sad or something goes wrong or you feel a bit stressed out, you indulge. Or that when if you're having a bad week at work or in your relationship or something, you might be more inclined to eat out. So it might not necessarily be that you eat a lot, it might be that you just eat the wrong foods, or you could eat a lot of the wrong foods, whatever, but it's all motivated by what's going on, that sort of anxiety, paranoia, depression, fears, those voices in your head that impact your emotions. The swords are our thoughts and ideas, words, and they're stabbing in the heart. Now on the other hand, this can be a positive card. People don't realise this, but the cards are neither positive nor negative, it's the interpretation of them. But this is what's going to be, this is what's going to challenge you, and it's your emotions. Maybe you're looking and saying, what's the point in me eating healthily and doing this exercise, because it's not going to get me anywhere, and you sort of talk yourself out of it. I almost feel that some of you want instant results. You expect after 2 weeks of being on a diet that you're going to drop a dress size, lose a stone in weight. And that's not possible. You have to invest in these things. I mean, if you've only put on a few pounds, then yes, it's going to be easier to lose those few pounds. But if you've put on quite a bit of weight and you have quite a bit to lose, then you need to be a bit realistic, I'm afraid, and sort of think, well, okay, this is going to be a 6-month or even a 12-month process for me to get down to the ideal dress size or suit size for those gentlemen watching, that It's going to take you time. So for some of you, but definitely your downfall will be your emotions. If you're an emotional person and you just sort of comfort eat, you have to be wary of that, because it really could mess up all of the hard work that you have done, and it just is gone because you suddenly think, oh no, I've had a bad week at work, my boss told me off, and I'm just going to go out and eat this takeaway or this junk food. And it's a slippery slope, so be warned about that. It's your emotions that, you know, will play a big part in this. So what do you need to look towards? What do you need to do? What's going to really help you to stick to your diet, to stick to an exercise regime, or whatever? When we have the start, you've got to keep the hope up. And also, you've got to think about what you're going to look like naked. Just imagine, oh, how am I going to look in that bikini, or how am I going to look when I'm naked in front of that person? I'm going to give a warning with this, because when I immediately thought of, oh, what am I going to look like in front of that person naked? Don't try and shoehorn yourself into a particular idea when it comes to your physique, for your figure, you know, thinking that, you know, men only like skinny women, or that women only like muscly men. It's not true. You know, it's very, very true. It's what's inside that counts. If you're a lovely person, then it doesn't always matter what you look like on the outside, because you're so lovely to be around that they want to be around you. So this is about being positive, about being pleasant and open. Remember, she's naked. So focus on being yourself and not trying to please other people, but do try and please yourself. So if you're looking there thinking, no, I want to look good for me because it makes me feel good about myself to think that I'm fit and I'm not carrying weight that's unhealthy for me, that's brilliant. So focus on what your aim is. If you want to look good in a swimsuit, then keep that focus. When your emotions are like sort of, I just want to go and eat chocolate, remember that what you're really aiming for. Remember I said about the long-term plan? And for those of you that you acknowledge that, you know, you're not going to be that size 8 or whatever the equivalent is where you live. It's about being open, that you remember that it doesn't devalue as a person to, you know, look different to what a catwalk model does or an Instagram influencer, but just to be yourself. But yeah, I think you've got to keep in mind what you're aiming for. And I did say it's you know, almost like the bikini body, that if you are aiming for that, you've got to remember this is what you're aiming for. And that's going to support you when you have your moments of weakness. So those of you that chose option 1, the child, that's your reading. I really do wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take care of yourself and do anything with your diet and your body, because it's healthy for you and it allows you to lead the best life that you can, where you're at your peak fitness, not for any other reason that it allows you to be happy, basically. So yeah. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me. Please like, comment, subscribe and all the rest of it. And goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose option 2, you chose the bear. This is your reading. So we have first, this is going to be sort of your downfall, your weakness, the thing that could derail your diet and exercise regime. So we have, 10 of Wands. So I think it's when you feel tired and overburdened, like you've done a long day at work and you're thinking, I'm not going to get back till early evening, then I've got to prepare the food, I've got to cook the food, and then I'm not going to be eating till quite late. It's easier just to pop into the drive-through, or it's just easier just to quickly snack on something like a bar of chocolate or some crisps or whatever, and it's sort of, that's your downfall. I just feel that tiredness and exhaustion and overwork is your downfall, that you slip into eating unhealthy foods because it's quicker, easier, convenient, and you then don't stick to your diet or eating healthily or the exercise. You know, if it's about taking exercise, you're just too tired to exercise. You know, you need that extra hour sleep in the morning, so you know, you might even sleep through the alarm because you just can't get up to go to the gym. Or when it's at the end of the day, you're like, I just haven't got it in me, I've got to go home and rest. And then at the weekend there's just too much to do and you're still really tired, so you don't get it done. So I just feel overwork is for you, and it's just going to lead you into unhealthy habits, either in terms of getting enough exercise or in terms of what you eat. So you know what I'm going to say is you need to try and work less. You need to try and relax a bit more, because it's all well and done trying to eat healthily and take lots of exercise, but you do need those moments where you can, you know, chillax. You need to be able to stop and think, okay, I'm going to unwind, I'm going to, you know, have a nice bath, or lie in front of the sofa just watching some TV and not, or listening to some music, or doing something that relaxes you, where you can read a book, or, you know, watch a sports game where you just, you know, veg out. You got to relax and chill out, because I think your body is just under that much stress that I think even if you did manage to eat healthily and you did manage to get some exercise, you're just draining yourself, you're just wearing yourself down and down, and you might end up making yourself feel a bit worse. So relax first, find that space within yourself where you can find calm and peace. So that's going to be sort of what's going to make things difficult for you. This is what's going to keep you on track. And you know, I've already given you a bit of advice there, but this is what sort of will support you, what will help you in this attempt to stay to a diet or be healthy. Oh, that's an unusual card. How am I going to interpret that? 9 of Swords. Right, I think that you need to get rid of this stress and worry. So I've got 2 cards here that I would interpret as you being worn down and stressed out. I'm going to also take it the fact that she's in bed, and I did say about relaxing, but you are overworked physically and mentally. And this is, I think, what the cards are saying, that this is why you might be struggling to maintain a healthy diet, or maintain you know, a good exercise regime or whatever, or just, you know, feeling good about yourself, is you're just too stressed out and overworked. So you need to deal with that. Basically, the cards are saying, I don't think you're going to be able to maintain an exercise, do this until you deal with whatever's going on in your life that is burning you out. Because I feel that you are very burnt out and stressed and overworked. So you've got to deal with that first. You've got to get out of this mindset and climb up these swords and get up out of bed and out of the way. There is a way forward for you to be healthy and do all these things, but at the moment your life's dominated by too much work, I suspect, and too much thinking and stressing out. And your body, when you're under that much stress, assumes that you're in a time of like famine or something, you know, that you're worried about not having, that you're in constant danger, and you're worried about not having enough. So your body's like, okay, store everything. And your body uses up different types of vitamins, so you become sort of vitamin depleted in certain areas, even though you might be eating a healthy diet, because your body's using up certain nutrients in order to de-stress you, like your B vitamins and things like that. So you've got to de-stress. Maybe it's time actually for a holiday, and don't worry about what you look like on the beach. Just go off to lie there and sleep and listen to the sea and the wildlife. And if you're not much of a beach person, go away on a relaxing poolside holiday, or one where you can go for nice long walks in the countryside, or that you find emotionally and mentally stimulating, because you're just sort of not going to be able to get your body in order until you get your mind in order. And you know, and don't overstress your body. So if you're actually doing an awful lot of exercise and you're thinking, oh, I must stay on it, I think you're doing too much exercise and not enough of the relaxing, meditative, holistic stuff. So feed your soul first, and then the rest will follow. So those of you that chose option 2, the bear, I really do wish you all the best of luck. Take care of yourself. And remember, it's not always about how you look, but how you feel. So, you know, you've got to feel good first before you can start focusing on looking good. So love yourself, nurture yourself, and then worry about going on a diet. So yeah, please take very good care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Right, those of you that chose option 3, that's the key. Oh, that rhymed. 3 key. Let's see if we can open up the answers to you keeping well on your diet. So first of all, we need to look at what could be your downfall. What's going to lead you into temptation and lead you astray from your diet or keeping fit? King of Cups. This is definitely this is interesting, because this could be a man that leads you astray, a man that's representative of someone that's emotionally balanced between, you know, his mind and his heart. So this might be somebody that says, oh, you'll be all right if you just have, would you like a dessert? Have a dessert. This is somebody that you like. This is somebody that you have a good friendship with, or emotions. If you can't think of it in terms of a man, it can be a lady. Just because it's a king doesn't represent actually a masculine. It can be, plenty of ladies are kings. It's about having the energies and the maturity behind it. This could be you, that you are your own downfall, that you are emotionally balanced. So in one breath, you're sort of, I want to be fit and healthy and have that particular physique for this lovely swimming costume or bikini or whatever that you bought, particular outfit for whatever reason. But you deep down recognise that it's not entirely important how you look, but what you like and how you treat other people, because this is something that the King of Cups recognises. So I think what could sort of derail you is a recognition that you are more than just your body, that you are, you know, it's just as important to be nice to people and be friendly and, you know, and consider their emotions and all the rest of it. So there's nothing wrong with being a bit selfish when it comes to what you eat. So it's almost like I'm getting an idea here of the mum that wants to eat really healthy but recognises the kids are just going to, you know, eat something from the freezer, you know, like chips, fries, and, you know, bits of deep frozen chicken that have, you know, covered in batter, and you think, oh, it's so hard to cook for me, and then do something separate for them, and, you know, and you just sort of think, well, the kids, I want the kids to eat more than I, you know, and so you end up eating things that perhaps are off your diet. Because of this, I think, awareness of balance and balancing out emotions and love for other people and all the rest of it. So don't be afraid of being a bit selfish when you say, I want to go to the gym, I want to go out for my run. Or if you're out with your friends and, you know, it's not about being a parent or anything, you're out with your friends and they say, oh, we want to go to this fast food place, and you're like, well, I want to try and eat a bit healthier. Can we go somewhere that suits my diet, please? You know, we'll go to the fast food place next time. You know, don't be afraid to ask for what you need. So yeah, I think considering others weirdly is going to potentially be your downfall when it comes to exercise and diet. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with caring for other people and wanting to fit in, but at some point, if you want to stick to this diet, you've got to stand, you know, say, this is what I want. So what's going to keep you on the straight and narrow? What's going to, you know, if you think about this, it will sort of like motivate you to stick to your diet or go into the gym or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Ooh, 6 of Cups, kids. I mean, the first thing that came to mind then is that some of you are trying for children. And, you know, health is a big, you know, it's, people say, oh, you know, I can fall pregnant at the drop of a hat, you know, and all this kind of stuff. But actually, it can be really, really difficult to fall pregnant. And particularly if you're not eating the right foods, and, you know, you're leading a bit of an unhealthy lifestyle, it can make it hard for you to fall pregnant. So if some of you are trying for babies, what you've got to remember is that you want one, that you want those kids. I think that's just going to be for a small amount of you, but it is the first thing that immediately popped into my head. So yeah, you've got to focus on what your ambition is. And I think that sort of idea extends as well to, you know, the 6 of Cups is about childhood nostalgia, and the things that bring you joy. Is that if you're thinking, you know, as we all get older, our body changes, it's harder to lose that weight, and you can't eat the food you used to because it immediately goes onto your stomach, your bum, or your hips and your thighs and all the rest of it. So you have to sort of not eat those lovely foods anymore. if you're thinking back, but 10 years ago I was much slimmer, and you're looking back at photos of yourself and thinking, I want to look like that again, or as near as I can. Think about it, use that as your motivation to think, I want to be as fit and healthy as I was when I was younger. And you can be fit and healthy. I mean, you're not going to be able to be younger because that's physically impossible, but you can certainly, look younger, look fit, look healthy, feel younger. Maybe there's been some things that, that made you happy when you were younger, made you feel good, that you can't do anymore because you haven't got, the physical fitness for it, maybe, or whatever. So I think you've got to focus on those things, and I think it's something to do with the past. If it's not generally being younger, this is something to do with your past that's got to keep you motivated. So that will be different for individuals. But yeah, having kids, being around kids, maybe some of you have children that you want to be able to enjoy and feel physically fit and enjoy running around after them and all the rest of it. But yeah, keep that in mind. So those of you that chose number 3, the key, that's your reading. Please like, comment, subscribe and all the rest of it. Otherwise, I wish you all the best of luck in the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose option 4, the moon, this is your reading. So first of all, we need to look at what could be your downfall, what's really going to provide temptation and sort of derail your diet and all the rest of it. The Magician. Well, that's interesting. I feel this is distraction from something more exciting. It just looks to me like there's something going on and you just think, oh, this is so much more fun. Maybe you're somebody who really enjoys different foods, and you might discover like a new chef or a cookbook or just something going on, and it's sort of, now I'm going to try eating these foods instead. It could be that you're just somebody that's quite, changeable in a sense, and getting the feeling that you might just sort of stick with something for a while and then sort of get interested in something else. But yeah, this is definitely, I get the feeling that you're not the magician, but you're the one watching the magician. So it's a sense of what can derail you is finding something much more interesting to do with your time and your efforts. Almost like, I'm fed up of eating these foods, and I'm fed up of going to the gym 3 times a week. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else with my time. But in a weird way, I feel almost this is what you've got to focus on, what you're going to look like. You've got to focus on what you're going to look like. Maybe some of you are focused too much on what you look like and not, and you're just constantly focused on your image. And this is going to derail you, because if you're constantly thinking about how you look, what you look like, you are in real danger of not seeing yourself clearly, but also becoming rapidly disillusioned with what you see. Like, why don't I look like that person in the magazine or on the TV or at the cinema or on Instagram more and more often, on social media? Why don't I have that magical dream-like look? Why am I not like the magician? And I think that sense of being demoralised about it is going to really derail you, because you could just then think, well, there's no point. But there's always a point. You can't ever aspire to be like anyone else. You can only ever aspire to be the best version of yourself. We can't always do other people's best, but we can always do our best. We can't be the best, but we can be our best. Be the best at what we can do. So yeah, I just think that's it. I think that it's, I can't look like so-and-so I've seen, so I'm not going to bother. But you have to bother. It's about your health and your physical fitness, about you feeling good about yourself and looking good. And these are important things. Sometimes you can't look good, but as long as you feel good about yourself, that's all that really matters. And I think that's what's going to derail you. So what's going to keep you on the straight and narrow? What's really, really going to keep you focused on sticking to whatever regime that you've put for yourself? The Hierophant, yeah, it's just saying stick to it. This is following the rules. If you, for whatever reason, have been given a diet plan or an exercise plan, stick to it. don't allow yourself to get distracted. You know, they're many red capes, but this one's loose, open, gonna, you know, do whatever, be free and open and do whatever he has to do. This one's gonna follow the rules. He's buttoned up, it's all covered up. He's sat down, he's moving nowhere. So you, I suspect, have either set up a plan for yourself or had it set up for you. And there's a real temptation for you to go off and be free and do your own thing. It won't matter if I just eat this, or it won't matter if I adjust this. No, actually, I think for you it will matter. You have to stick to the plan. You can't challenge it. You can't think that you can go, you know, off the I'm trying to think what it is, off plan, basically. You can't go off what you're meant to. If you've got a meal plan, stick to it. If you've got a calorie plan, stick to it. If you have a plan where you walk to work some days for some of you, or that you go to the gym for an hour on certain days, do it. Because if you don't, I think you're just not going to get what you want at the end of it. I think for you, you really need to stick the course, because that's what the Hierophant is. In a lot of the cases, it's following tradition, it's following a religion, following the book, and not challenge it, going along with the crowd. So if you're in a setting, you know, like you're in a support group, where you know, like Weight Watchers, where you go every week and you get weighed and you talk with everybody out about what's been going on, and it's sort of to keep you going, stick to it and go every week to that group where you get weighed and you have to explain what you've eaten. And I think that structure will work for you, that will support you and allow you to stay on that plan. So those of you that chose number 4, the moon, that's your reading. I think that's simply it for you, is that you've set up for something, or you've got to find a group to join where you'll get the mutual support from them, and that will get you losing the weight or getting the fitness that you want. You know, like even joining a yoga class or some sort of exercise group, Zumba and stuff, whatever's going on around you. So that's your reading. I hope that it's helped you. Please comment, like, subscribe and all the rest of it. Otherwise, I wish you all the best for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 5, that's the lily. This is your reading. So first of all, we're going to look at to see what's going to derail you from your diet or your gym membership or whatever. It's love. Love, feeling emotionally abundant, feeling a rush of emotional excitement, you know, about something new. And this, if it's not love, it's a creative idea. So if any of you are artists or writers, musicians, creative types, in any type of creativity that makes you just feel like your cup runneth over, that you're emotionally abundant, that will derail your diet, your exercise regime, because you feel so good about yourself. I think you won't care what you look like because your heart's full, and you'll feel great and fabulous because of this sense of love, either for yourself or someone else, or that you feel someone else loves you, or that you're so swept up in doing your painting, doing your music, listening, writing your novel or your screenplay or something, or anything that's really your thing that makes you just feel really creative. I think it's just going to sweep you away, and that will just distract you from, you know, the strict diet plan or exercise plan that you're on. That's it. Your emotions, your heart, feeling new love, new creativity, new sensitivity. For some of you, it could be just being really, really sensitive, feeling things really deeply. Yeah, I just feel for some of you, it might be that your emotions get into play and you get upset almost about something, and you just sort of have to cheer yourself up. I feel that's just a small percentage of you, not many of you, just a small few might think, oh yeah, almost like a comfort eater, or that you just want to feel really, really good, or that you're feeling really good about that you have worked really hard and that you have lost a few pounds, or you've dropped into those jeans you haven't worn for years and they now fit you, is that you'll sort of think, oh, this is wonderful. So I'll just have a dessert now, and it might end up being a slippery slope. So be careful of that. Feeling confident and wonderful about yourself is essential, but for you, it could just tip you over the edge into, falling off the wagon, really. So what's going to keep you on track? What's going to keep you on track in terms of sticking to your diet or your exercise, whatever? Wow. 4 of Swords. That's interesting. I think actually what's going to keep you on track is mental rest. It's not thinking about it too much. So this is interesting because we had here the Ace of Cups about what's going to derail you, you know, feeling wonderful, things. I think that whatever wonderful thing comes forward for you, you've got to have a mental rest from it. That you can't allow it to dominate your thoughts, because you need to have that mental and emotional space for your diet, for your exercising, for whatever it is that you're trying to do. You've got to have that mental space for it. So what you've got to do is keep in mind my diet. I want to look good on the beach. I just want to be able to run around without gasping for breath, or I want to fit into this particular dress for this special occasion. So you've got lots of other things going on in your life, and that's fine, but at the back of your mind is always, I must stick to my diet plan, my going to the gym, going to my yoga class, my exercise class, or whatever. You've got to stick to it. And I think that's important to you, that you this sense of being swept away by things. You have to think, okay, I'm being swept away by this new exciting thing. This new it's really emotionally abundant to you. It's something that really fills your heart, And through that filling of the heart, you've got to say, oh, hang on a minute. Okay, this is all wonderful, but I must keep in my heart, in a firm place in my heart, is that I want to get to this level of fitness or physical. You want to drop a dress size or something, or build up muscle or something, I don't know. So yeah, that's what you've got to do. Always keep it in the back of your mind. So those of you that chose option 5, the lily, that's your reading. I do hope that you stick to your diet. I encourage you to. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose option 5, that's the man. Oh, let's turn that over so I could. That's what confused me. Then I meant to cover that over to show I've done it. So you're the man. I don't know whether you are a man or not, that's irrelevant. It's just the placeholder for the options. But what we have here is your first card is sort of what's really going to sort of challenge you in terms of, whatever your aim is, to be slim or be fit, whatever. Your diet's really going to sort of basically stop you from losing the weight that you want to, or gaining the physical fitness that you want to. Ooh. Fighting when you feel you have to defend yourself, fight your corner. So maybe some of you live with other people that are not wanting to follow this diet or do this level of exercise. It makes me think of like when you I want to eat healthy. I want to stop eating junk food like crisps or sweets, chocolate, biscuits, and all the rest. You think I don't want to eat all the sweet and greasy things. I want to try and improve my diet, and they say, okay, that's fine for you, but we're not stopping. And there's just the constant temptation of that bag of chocolate in the drawer or in the cupboard, and it's there, and then you get really hungry and your body craves it, and you're thinking, oh my god, I really 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 want to go and eat those biscuits or whatever. Get that thing out the freezer and put it in the microwave. Oh. And I think it's that constant battling in almost that you're standing alone in your efforts to, improve yourself. And there's lots of things going against you. And I feel that other people maybe don't understand why you want to lose this weight or you want to look this way. They're like, well, we love you just the way you are. Of course, your answer is, well, I want to love me. You know, maybe I don't love myself. I'm not as happy with myself like this, and I want to be fitter, and I want to be active and slimmer. I want to wear, you know, I just want to feel good about myself, and I want to look good on the beach. So yeah, I feel that there's a bit of, you know, you're having to stand alone and fight against temptation and other people's opinions. Yeah, and I think it's just for a lot of you that it's just maybe a struggle to eat healthily, but it will come once your body learns to accept that you're not going to eat these sweet things, that you're going to be eating the healthy things, that it will sort of adapt to it. And it will adapt to exercise if you're not used to doing it. But yeah, it's just a struggle for you. It's just hard work. And I feel that for some of you, it's just the temptation is to stop fighting against it, to just go, you know, the path of least resistance. But you have to maintain, you have to stick to it. You know, if you want to be slimmer and fitter, then you have to stick to your diet and get the exercise and eat healthy. And so yeah, so you stick to it. You're doing really well. And whatever the challenges are that these 6 other ones represent, it doesn't matter. You are the one on top, and you are the one battling them and winning them and chucking them down. And you know, you have the ultimate wand. So yeah, keep up the good work and fight against those temptations. And sort of, you know, if you have to do it alone, you have to do it alone. I suspect that a lot of you don't want to do it alone, and I understand that completely, but sometimes you have to. You have to. So what's going to keep you on the straight and narrow? What is going to keep you motivated to keep up with this diet against these challenges that you're constantly facing from whatever direction that they come in? You are constantly facing challenges. What's going to help you to carry on the good work? The Knight of Pentacles, just going at it slow and steady. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody that has an ambition, that they want to create something, and they're going to work at it. It's slow work. They're going to be slowly meandering towards it. So I think that for a lot of you, the journey is going to be a long one. So, you know, if you're realistic and think, yeah, it is going to take me 3 months, 6 months, a year even to get to the what I want, what my weight goal is and all the rest of it. But if you just stick the course, you know, in a very boring way, you will get what you want. If you accept that it's not always going to be exciting, in fact it probably isn't ever going to be exciting, and then it's going to be hard, dirty, boring work, but that you can do it and that you stick to it, you will get what you want. That eventually the people that sort of challenge you by saying, oh, I don't know why you go in the gym all the time, I don't know why you're exercising, I don't know why you're doing this class, or I don't know why you're eating this rubbish food, it's so boring and all the rest of it. If you just think, no, I'm just going to stick to it, you will get there. They will drop off. And all these ones that sort of, you know, oh my God, I know that there's chocolate in the cupboard. Oh my God, I know there's my favourite bag of crisps in the cupboard. If you think, no, I'm going to ride on past that, I'm riding on past it, and I'm going towards looking great and feeling great, eventually you will stop thinking about all these sweet and fatty things that your body wants, you know, your body's craving because it's used to them, and will get what you want because you're determined and you're not going to give up. And that's it. That's what's going to keep you through. Walking on, carrying on, being determined and not giving up. So those of you that chose number 6, the man. Did I say number 5 earlier? Anyway, it's number 6. It'll be right on the description box. You chose the man. That's your reading. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Like, comment and subscribe and all the rest of it as you so desire. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose number 7, the book, this is your reading. So the first card that we're going to look at is what is going to provide you with the greatest challenge, what could really derail your diet. Queen of Wands. I think this is wanting to be fun, to be the life and soul of the party, to want to be warm-hearted and exciting and vibrant and all the rest of it, and to be seen. So I wonder whether whatever you're doing is impacting your social life. I think you want to be sociable, and so if a big part of your social life is going out to eat with friends, they go to lovely restaurants, and and eating out is fine, but it's expensive, and it really, you can't monitor your calorie intake and all the rest of it. And so it could be that you almost choose, you're finding you can't go out with them because they're always wanting to go out to fast food places or places that the food's not the best. And so what could derail you is that wanting to be, back there, getting the attention and joining in the party and doing what you normally do. So yeah, I think it's that sociability strikes me immediately, that's what could derail you. Or wanting to almost get the attention. So be wary about that if you're doing the diet and the exercise for the right reasons, that if there's something in your life that requires you to get the attention from others, and it doesn't have to be that you want to be the centre of attention. It just means it can mean for a lot of you that it's about wanting to be seen, and that what you're doing at the moment, because you're putting the hours in at the gym maybe, and you're sort of eating well, is that you're not getting that sociability, and that could derail you because you want to be hanging around with your friends and you want to be able to talk to them and eat with them and that do the things that they do. So you've got to be careful that that's really what's going to that, getting that warmth, getting that, the Queen of Wands is a vibrant lady, and she likes a good party. She can be warm and loving and all the rest of it, but she does want attention. She is a fiery lady that people are drawn to, and I feel that that's what you want, and it could derail you. It could derail you, so you've got to be careful about that. So what's going to keep you on the straight and narrow when it comes to your diet? Working together with people. So maybe you're actually doing this with friends. It's working together with people, collaborating in order to make something bigger and better. So I almost feel that you're a common thing is to join a group like a Weight Watchers, or joining an exercise group like yoga or Zumba or aerobic, whatever, something that you're going to do where you can do exercise. That's going to keep you on the straight and narrow. So it could be that you might not think that you're going to get the support from your friends, but actually there's a good chance it really is on offer, that they will support you in what you want to do, and that you don't have to fall victim to this wanting of attention, but in fact that you can recognise that you don't need to be alone and doing it and getting the attention and all that. You can in fact be with someone else and sort of take a collective credit for it. So maybe like something where, or even where you all support each other to meet your goals, so that you can support them and they can support you. But I feel almost that it's being alone, standing out from the crowd, being alone actually is going to, being your downfall, that just not being with others. But what's really going to support you in this diet, in this exercise, is working with others, collaborating with others. So that's your reading, those of you that chose option 7, the book. This is not a journey for you to go alone. I think that for you, support and supporting others and getting the support is the trick to keep you doing the exercise. So that's your reading. Please like, subscribe, comment and all the rest of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take very good care of yourself. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye. Okay, those of you that chose option 8, that's the bird, the final reading. Here's yours. So what we've got first is what's going to derail you, what's really going to stop you from sticking to your plan, what's going to ruin your determination to do this. Temperance. I'm going to say your health. Your health might stop you from doing this diet or exercise or whatever. So you've got to be careful. If you have any underlying health problems, always speak to your doctors or whatever, and get guidance on it, because you don't want to overstrain your body, or you don't want to take on like a regime that's just too much for you, that it's just too physically demanding for you, because this is entirely possible that you'll do something that's just too much. Your body can't take it. So I feel that first of all, that's health. The other thing that might derail some of you is patience, this sort of balancing out your life and balancing out your feelings. So I'm not going to say like lack of commitment, but this sense that you have other things in your life that you need to balance out, you know, and so you're fairly patient and relaxed, I feel, about following a diet and about getting to the gym or doing your exercise, going out for your run or whatever. And this is sort of not going to help you in your diet, because you need to have a certain level of commitment, but this is implying you're not meeting that certain level of commitment. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, you can't take it too easy when you do the exercise. You have to get your heart racing, you get your heart pumping. Yeah, you got to get yourself out there and doing something. You know, she's sort of got one foot in the water, one on shore. She's not really committing herself either way. She's mixing her emotions. She's feeling relaxed and patient about it. So yeah, I think you're just a bit too calm about it. It's almost like not taking it as seriously as you need to in order to reap the rewards of your efforts. So what's going to keep you like on track? What's going to get you committed, I feel, to the diet and the exercise? Ooh, competition. So you know, I said in the beginning of the introduction, it's about like the beach body, that idea, but it, you know, in case you're not, but it's almost like, you know, if you're going on the beach and you're wearing that bikini, you want to look really good. You don't want anybody looking and saying, oh God, look at her, or look at him, and he's, you know, why didn't they put a bit more effort into it? You know, there's absolutely this competition about it. And some of you, it might be that you need to do something that's still exercise, but not what's turned into the traditional terms of exercise. So you might be better off joining a sports team where you can play against people every week, and that gets you your exercise. So instead of doing something where you're at the gym and you go on the running machine and you go on the weights and all the rest of it, but you need something where you're still getting exercise, but maybe you're running around a pitch after a football, or playing rugby, or whatever sport in whatever country that you're watching this from. But I think there's a sense of competition for you, because at the moment you're very calm and peaceful and almost blasé about it, but what you need to get is that sense of competition. So if you're very competitive, or you could incline yourself that way, this is what you need to do. Be around people that are going to keep you motivated, in the sense that they keep you on your toes, because, you know, you want to be scoring the goal, or you want to be faster or better, or you know, they're even almost for some of you, that it's one of those things where you're in a group and you have to weigh each other, and you find out that they've lost a bit more than you have. I feel it's competition. I feel that what's your downfall is being alone and being patient and calm about it. What's going to do you good is doing something that gets your heart racing, that gets you that, you know, sort of tussle and challenge and that competition, in order to keep you motivated to stick to your diet and all the rest of it. I think it's that simple. Some of these have been quite simple readings and others haven't, but I feel that yours is a really simple one. It's not going to work if you try and do this alone. You need to be doing something that's you need a challenge, that you need the excitement of competition. So those of you that chose the birdie, that's your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe and all the rest of it. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me, and goodbye.